So the reason our genre is displayed as genre object 1 is that this is the default representation of a genre object as a string. So one way to fix this problem is to overwrite the stir magic method in the genre class. Let me show you. So back in VS Code, in our Movies app, let's open up models.py. So here's our genre class. In this class, we can overwrite the stir magic method to specify the string representation of a genre object. So let's define a method called stir. These two underscores represent a magic method. So as the first parameter, we need to add self. Now here we simply return self.name. So we want to use the name of a genre to represent it as a string. Save the changes, back in admin, refresh the page. Now we see the actual name of a genre. Beautiful. Now let's take this to the next level. Let's say we want to add another column here to see the ID of each genre. For that, we need to go to our Movies app and open up the admin.py module. Earlier, we registered the genre class with admin. Now, to customize how we work with genres in our admin panel, we need to create another class called genre admin. Now, to customize the list of genres in admin, we need to create another class here called genre admin. Let me show you. So we define a class called genre admin. The name doesn't matter, but by convention, we use the name of our model plus admin. Now, we should derive this class from admin.model admin class. So on the top, look, we're importing this admin module. In this module, we have this class model admin, which is the representation of a model in the admin interface. Now, by deriving this class from model admin, we're going to inherit all those features, and then we can overwrite some of them. For example, here we can set list underline display attribute to the list of fields that we want to show here in this table. So back here, we set this to a tuple, and in this tuple, we specify all the fields that we want to display. So we want to display the ID field followed by the name field. Save the changes. Now, when registering this genre, we should also pass this genre admin model. Save the changes one more time. Back on admin, let's refresh this page. There we go. We have two columns, ID and name. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and add a new genre here. Here's our genre form. Currently, we only have one field, name. ID is not here because its value is automatically generated by our database. This way, we can ensure that every genre has a unique identifier. So let's create a new genre, comedy. Now let's save this. Okay, so here's our second genre, beautiful. Now here on this sitemap, let's go to our Movies app. In this app, we have the list of genres and movies. Let's look at the list of movies. Currently, we have no movies here, so let's add a new movie. I'm going to call this Terminator. Release year, I guess 1980, I don't know, 5. Let's say we have 5 DVDs of this movie in the stock, and the daily rental rate is 1.95. And below that, we have this drop-down list to select a genre. So I'm going to set this to action. See, we get all these for free. We didn't have to manually create this form. Django automatically created it for us. And that's the beauty of using Django. Also, below that, we have date created. So here we have the date component followed by the time component. Here we have a calendar we can select the date from. It's really powerful. That's one of the reasons I love Django. Now, earlier when we added this date created field, we set a default value for it based on the current date time. And you can see that populated here. Now, let's say we don't want to have this field on this form. We can easily hide it. Let me show you how. So back to our admin module. Now, similar to genre admin, we're going to create a model admin for our movie. So let's create another class, movie admin, and we derive this from admin.model admin. Here we have a couple of attributes that we can override. We can use fields to specify the fields that we want to show on our form. So we set this to a tuple. Let's say we want to display the title and genre fields. Or we can use the exclude attribute to specify the fields that we want to exclude. Once again, we set this to a tuple. In this case, I want to exclude date underline created. Now, because this tuple has only one item, we need to add a comma here. Otherwise, Python thinks this is a string that we have wrapped in parentheses. So here's our movie admin model. Now we need to pass it while registering the movie class. So movie admin. Save the changes. Back to the admin. You can see the date created field is no longer here. So there are various ways to customize the admin interface. Now let's go ahead and create our first movie. So one more time, Terminator 1985, 10, 1, 95. And by the way, look at the type of these fields. So here we have a numeric field because we set the type of this field to a float. Now finally, let's select the genre to action and save the movie. Now here on the list of movies, once again, we have the general representation of a movie as a string. So let's go ahead and add 3 columns in this table. Back to our admin module. In the movie admin class, I'm going to override the list display attribute. Let's set this to a tuple with 3 values: title, number in stock, and daily rental rate. Save the changes. Back here, refresh. Oops, our web server crashed. So let's go back to VS Code and look at the terminal to see what happened. We got this error. The value of list display to refers to daily rental rate, which is not a callable and an attribute of movie admin. So it looks like I made a mistake here. The name of this field is actually daily rate. So delete, save the changes, and let's try it one more time. All right, so we successfully customized the movies table. So we're done with the admin panel. The next step is to display the list of our movies in the public area of our website.